Waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Transformers review, and it's a very special review today. As promised, we're going to be taking a look at the Takara Tomy C-01 Missing Link Optimus Prime, their latest reimagining of the G1 Optimus Prime toy. And this is the C-01, so it is based off the toy aesthetic. You could get the C-02, which is just the cab, and it's based more off the anime aesthetic. Me, personally, I just got the C-01 because it based off the G1 toy, and why would I want it to look like the anime? That's what I got a B44 for. So, see, this is why I bought C-01, and plus I also wanted the trailer. I'm sorry. Every chance I can get an Optimus, I get it with the trailer. So, that's why I have my MP44, and, yeah. So, anyway, we've got quite a bit to go over with today. Now, I did do a formal unboxing. I'll put a link in the description down below so you can check that out if you have some time, where I go over the instructions, all that good stuff. But I'm going to take a quick spin of the box just to get that out of the way, because I'm thorough before we get deep into this figure. And you can see on the front, you got the C-01, most likely Transformers in Japanese, got the nice Autobot symbol. It's a very classically done box. There was a lot of care put into this box to replicate. I'm not sure. I never had a G1 Optimus, and I never had the Japanese version, so I'm assuming that a lot of this is based off of the G1 toy, the Japanese version of the G1 toy. So, again, you have Optimus over here, nice animation, but he's got a few extra details. And Takara Tomy on the side there, and then, of course, you have Optimus, the figure, doing some weird moves that the G1 toy did not do. Got that classic gridding on the back, Takara Tomy. On the other side, you have another shot of Optimus doing some weird articulation on the back, and of course C-01 in Japanese text. And on the top, you of course have Optimus in his robot mode, Optimus in his trailer mode. I believe this is the classic G1 toy pose for the box of the G1 toy. And then you have Transformers on there, and then of course on the bottom you have a bunch of stuff, and it looks important, but it is all in Japanese and I cannot read it anyway. And then on the back you have, of course, that very classic G1 shot. You have his tech specs down here, and you do get the decoder card with it, which is really cool. And then of course you do have some little images of all the cool stuff that this thing does, and we're going to take a look at all of it. Some of it you know, some of it you will be seeing for the first time. And again, I can't stress enough how much care was put into this box. If you saw my unboxing, the whole theme of this toy is love for the G1 toy, and we're gonna get into all that, but that's pretty much it for the box. So let's talk about the C-01 Missing Link, and it is packed in alt mode, as well it should be. That is the classic G1 way. Quite frankly, I think even third-party figures should all be packed in alt mode. Yes, I know some people don't like to transform them, they just want to put them on the shelf in bot mode, so I will get off my soapbox, so let's get back to the figure. But either way, he does roll on nice rubber tires, rolls extremely smoothly. The truck has enough clearance to articulate all the way around the trailer for all those nice tight turns, so you can get your CDL as you so desire. But we'll get the trailer off and just focus on the cab for now. The cab is done in that nice bright red. You can see it's nice and painted on the front piece. I believe this is die cast, and you have a little change of hue as you get to the plastic. It does come with the classic rub symbol. Now I'm gonna try and get it, but if I can't, don't put it against me, and it's not working. But spoiler alert, he's an Autobot, so there you go. You do got the nice molded detail on the front, the horns and the running lights up top on the front. Again, you got the rivets done very nicely. Got the windshield wipers molded in there, nice clear plastic over the cockpit. Incidentally, if you watch the unboxing, you notice there was a matrix in here yesterday. You can remove this per the instructions. You can remove this. It's just a press fit, and you can see it's got the seats in there, a la the G1 toy. Now I did try to fit MP44 Spike in there, but he doesn't fit. I'm sure if you have some old Diaclone figures, they will fit just fine. But either way, it's just a nice touch that they did on the figure to include this, so really cool. Close this back up, and again, you can see he's got the nice chrome silver plastic for the front grille and the headlights and the front bumper. He's got the silver stripe Autobot symbol on the side, the doors molded in, little access panels, and the ladders, all out of the G1 toy. Again, the tires do have a nice texture on them on chrome silver plastic wheels. And if you go to the bottom, you can see very nice clean bottom. No semblance of the robot mode, as should be on the G1 toy. In fact, I think the G1 toy did that better than some masterpieces. And then, of course, you have the chrome silver plastic for the stacks and the gas tank. Nice, clean back end. And then if you come back to the feet area, you do have painted and molded detail instead of stickers. You got a nice metallic red and light blue and yellow for the running lights. And, of course, this nice detail back here. So, again, really nice looking vehicle mode. And for a quick comparison, let's bring in the G2 in front of the only semblance of a G2 or G1 toy that I have, and you can see that they fit right in together. Just two trucks keeping on trucking. And that's going to be pretty much it for Optimus's cab. So let's talk about the trailer here, and you can see it's done in that very nice G1S detail. Got the nice stripe across the side, that classic Autobot logo right there, and it does have some molded detail along the top. And then, of course, going to the back, you can see you got the doors molded in. By the way, the material construction feels very similar to the G1 toy series. If you're thinking that, oh, for this they skimped or whatnot, it does not feel like that. It feels like they tried to keep everything very faithful to the original G1 toy, or at least the G2 toy, which I had. Again, rubber tires done with that nice tread pattern. They do have that silver wheels that you see in the back of the cab. And then, of course, you have some slight molded detailing on the bottom, very akin to the G1 toys. We're going to notice a little later in the review. And you got like the two differentials back here. And you got, or not differentials, but the two axles back here. Excuse me. You got the little bar down the center here. And of course, the trailer does go into battle station mode, so you can take the legs on. They do just peg in right into holes right here. You have the little ports right down here, and you can move these off to the side, and you can open up the back door, and you can open up the trailer to reveal its battle station mode. You can see that is very G1-esque. Got the nice sticker detail all the way down here, looking very classic like the G1 toy. Same thing with the other side. You got all kinds of scanners and whatnot. You can apply more stickers to these panels on the side. The instructions tell you how, and here is the sticker sheet. However, if you watch the unboxing, you understand that I was indecision, and I've decided I'm not going to apply the stickers to this. Just my own personal choice. I already think the trailer looks fine enough, and I kind of want to preserve some part about the classic toy and the classic box feel. So that is, I'm not going to be applying these, so they will sit in the box. But nevertheless, you can have the whole battle station mode right there. You do the little battle carriages that are done in a very nice molded blue with tons of molded detail, very similar to the G1 toy. And then, of course, you do have his little repair bot in the center, and that, of course, operates on a hinge system right here at the base. That is done in a blue plastic with nice molded detail, and you do have the little arm that comes out here. You can extend out, and you can go back and forth on a base hinge. Then you have the hinge right here that can go back and forth that way, and then, of course, you can rotate at the head, of course, and he will rotate all the way around. Additionally, if you kind of want to have a battle mode for the trailer, you can kind of back the top piece in here, and we can put this together, and you can have, just kind of put Optimus in there, and you get an Optimus pulling around his trailer while his little trailer is doing some firing. So that, of course, is an option you can do. And then, of course, you do have a port in front that you could do the same thing. But we're going to open up the trailer because this dog, we got to open up the back door first. My bad. This dog has a few tricks. Now, I'm not sure if the G1 toy can do this, but you can separate this bot. You do have to kind of push forward right on here. It does have a little lock right here, and you can see the lock that it goes into right on here. And you can see it does have wheels on the bottom. We're going to bring the camera down because this thing does, gotta bring it forward just a bit. This thing does roll very nicely. So you can roll it all that you want, and it does have some details, the first of which being an opening cockpit done in a nice orange plastic. I believe this was all the G1 toy. This was what the G1 toy could do. You could open up the cockpits, you got the little seat in there, and you have the clear plastic canopy window. And then, of course, you do have the radar dish, and that just has a nice spinning mechanism on the side, so it spins all the way. Oh, and I just already gave away one of the other So the missiles do fire. This one doesn't like to fire on my copy, so you can see you pull the little release out. It just goes out just a little bit. This missile will fire all day. Giving you the opportunity to lose missiles. And luckily, Takara does have you covered. They do give you 2 extra missiles, so he's loaded up with plenty of ammunition. I don't think there's anywhere to store these, so I just leave them pegged onto the tree. But it's good to know that you have extras if you need it. I hope that I never do need it. And of course, his radar dish can be adjusted however you like, and he does have his repair arm, which is at a ball joint at the base. You can kind of flip this around, and he can swivel all the way around. It does have a hinge right here, and the little jaw does open, so you can have it just like that. And you can kind of bring this down, and yeah, so overall, quite a few options with the trailer, very similar to the G1, and in many ways very a few new tricks. And we'll do a real quick comparison with the G2 trailer. We can open up the G2. Yes, my G2 is in a bit of disrepair, but you could open it up and you could see the G2 also has most of the similar details. I don't believe the back unit detaches itself. Oh, it still has a missile attached in there. And but of course the mechanism won't fire anymore. But of course it does have the mechanism to launch roller right here, so you could have launched roller outside. But also one thing you notice, the bottom of the trailer very similarly detailed. So again, just kind of cool how faithful they kept. Yes, I'm missing the tires. I played with my toys as a kid, so sue me. But you have these similar details down on the bottom here. So just a quick comparison, so you kind of see a blast from the past right there. And yeah, there we have it for the G2 trailer. And real quick, we do have a few accessories that do apply to the trailer, so we'll bring the trailer front and center. You can, of course, bring the most lively accessory. He's basically another character. You can bring Roller in right here, and he is done in a very nice silver. The wheels are separately packed, so you do have to install those yourself, but you can see those are nice in a nice detailed plastic, and he does have the seats right here. And, of course, he can just ride inside. He doesn't lock in or anything, but you can kind of make it so he can kind of go down the ramp, and he kind of went all awkward like there. He goes, by the way, if you didn't notice earlier, he does roll extremely nicely. And yeah, you can see, so real quick, this does flip over to reveal a nice clear plastic light, but again, you can roll it just like I had it, to where he has a port on the top, which means we can see a few more accessories that apply in this mode. So the first of which being the little gas line. Of course, this is done in a nice molded plastic, and he does have a nylon tube right here. Again, there we go for the little gas pump. And so you can actually plug this into Roller on the back, and he can kind of, carry it around, whip it around or whatever. Or if you want to bring Optimus in, he can totally, I guess, fill Optimus up however you want to make this look. But you can definitely get that look going if you so desire. And of course, if you don't want to have Roller carrying around the gas line, you have a number of pegs in the trailer. This one off to the side, and you can just plug it into any one of these pegs. I usually peg it in over here just for storage purposes, because the whole line will fit inside the trailer. And there you go for that. And additionally, we can bring in Optimus's gun, because this has a few functions in this mode. So firstly, it is molded very nicely in black plastic, no paint on it, all black plastic, but it is molded pretty much as well as most Masterpiece toys, which is saying something. And again, so it's done in that black plastic. And of course, Roller can also tote this and deal out some justice of his own. He can kind of point it up, or it can swivel side to side, so Roller can have some tactical response. And of course, this will also peg into the trailer very similarly like you saw, so you have weapon storage as well if you so desired. If you want to close the trailer, I recommend packing it this way, so you can close it entirely and not have to worry about any disturbance when closing the trailer. And that is pretty much it for his accessories in the vehicle mode. And for a quick comparison here, we can do Roller next to MP44's Roller. And of course, again, MP44's Roller is bigger, duh, and has a bit more detail. But you can see that really, again, just like father and son right here. So there we go for that, your quick size comparison. So it is that time to get the C-01 missing link transforming up into his robot mode. And if you have your own G1 Optimus Prime, you can of course follow along at home, but he has a few additional steps to this transformation. So how I like to start is, firstly, I like to move out the shoulder just like this. Then you can move out the bicep just like this. And then you can move the hands, which does not parts form, out on this hinge here. And then you can finish moving the arm down. And listen to that clickety clackety ratchet. Same thing for the other side. Move this out on the bicep, and then out at the wrist, and then bring it down. And you can take the head, rotate it around. It just pegs in like you know this step already. And you're gonna come down here, unpeg the front wheels. New stuff is happening. Bring down the leg, bring down the other leg, and then you could kind of pull this out. You kind of want to bring these out right here. Just gonna kind of get these to snap in place, these two little plates right here. And then of course lastly, you can take the feet, fold them up just like this, and like magic, with a few extra steps, there we have the C-01 missing link in his robot mode. I'm going to bring the camera up so we could take a look at him. And he's very much like the G1 toy. Still got that same feel. You can see the head done in a very nice blue for the helmet. Nice silver detailing and the nice yellow on the eyes. You got the same details. Got the little crest detailing and the vent detailing. The arms, of course, got the Autobot symbol. And then you got some nice molded detail similar to what we saw before on the back of the truck. Again, it is nice. It's painted even. You got the blue paint in there. It's all nice metallic paint, looks really good. Same thing down on the knee area. Again, just some nice subtle details. This is like masterpiece level of detail right here. You can see just nice metallic paint. It looks and feels really good. And then of course you have the same tail light detail down here. Overall, pretty much the G1 toy. And then of course we move back. Yeah, he's got pretty much the toy back, even the gap in the back, but we'll fix this very shortly when we get to accessories. But overall, again, pretty much just that G1 toy appearance. Now, here's where the plot thickens. We'll get to articulation. His head does swivel. It is kind of tight on my copy. It'll swivel left, right. It'll go all the way around if you want. Speaking of arms, they'll go all the way around too on a hinge joint. They will go up, and they will go up yet again on a double hinge. Then, of course, you have rotation at the bicep. It's a bit tight on my copy. And the elbows on a nice clickety-clackety ratchet. The wrists will rotate all around. And then, of course, you have rotation, or movement at the fingers. Then, of course, due to transformation, you can rotate them inward if you so desire. Move his arms out of the way because he does have an ab crunch, or at least a chest crunch. Just one click, but it is enough to give you that nice little hint right there. And, of course, he does have a little bit of a waist swivel. And then, of course, you move the little wheels out of the way. He can get a nice fusion kick. And then, of course, you can move them out to the back due to transformation. He gets a fusion back kick. Or you can move them out to the side all the way. He gets a fusion side kick. Wow, who would have thought the G1 toy could do a fusion side kick? But either way, and then, of course, he does have knees on ratchets. And look at that. He can get a nice articulated pose. Bring it down just like that. And then, of course, you could bring the toe up just a little bit. You can bring it down quite a bit due to transformation. And then, of course, he does have ankle tilt all the way around. And again, just absolutely blows out all the stops. This is definitely not your daddy's G1 Optimus Prime. Hell, this is probably not even your G1 Optimus Prime. But we'll talk about accessories next, and of course, we'll get to the most important accessory. So earlier, I did state he does come with the Matrix Chamber, which does come installed in him, but you can take it out for the gimmick in truck mode. And again, you see it is nicely molded in chrome plastic. Looks really, really good. You got even got the details up here. Again, masterpiece levels of detailing. Just looks incredible. And what you want to do is you can pull up the head, open up the chest. You know how to do this. Then you can just store it in right here. And it is a press fit. It will fit nicely. And you may have to use a tool to get out, just poke it in from the back. You can see it does fill in the back a bit better, and that is really cool. And then, of course, what would any Optimus with a Matrix Chamber be without his Matrix? And there it is, upside down, but it is done in a nice chrome gold plastic. Looks good and has that nice metallic painted jewel in the middle for the center, and you can he will actually hold this. You can get him holding it in both hands. There's a bit of a trick to it. I do show it in the short. I won't show it here because it takes a bit of doing, but he can hold it just fine. But of course, Optimus is meant to, he fell over. That's right, he needs the Matrix so he doesn't fall over. He's meant to protect the Matrix inside his chest, and it is, of course, a press fit as well. You can just put it in there, and you may have to reach in through the top to get it out. And now Optimus will hold the Matrix, and whoever thought the G1 toy would have a Matrix. And then we can get to his accessories. Some of these we know, some we're seeing for the first time. He does come with his gun, of course, and that will fit similarly to a mainline toy. You can just close the wrist, you can kind of peg it in there, and he will hold his gun quite firmly as well. But he does also come with one more toy, accessory the G1 toy did not come with, is axe done in a very nice chrome plastic. It looks very good, and you can open up the bottom right here, and you could just peg that into his hand. Then he can close up the bottom, and he is all armored up, ready to take it to some Decepticons. But of course, he does come with one final accessory. We'll move the camera out just a bit. We'll move it up because, of course, you can bring his trailer in. If should Optimus take some damage against the Decepticons, he does have his trailer converted into his repair bay, and he can kind of get in there. We can move this back just a bit, but you can see his trailer can, of course, do the repair work to Optimus just like you could with the G1 toy. And for a quick comparison, there he is with G2 Inferno, so you can get some G1, some G1-ish toys together, so you can see how that looks. And then, of course, we can bring in his other modern iteration, MP44, so we can kind of see father and son, or is it father and son? But either way, you can just kind of get two generations of Optimus going there, which is absolutely too cool. So let's summarize on the C-01 Missing Link by Takara Tomy. And frankly, this figure right here is a love letter. It's a love letter to Transformers. It's a love letter to the G1 toy. It's a love letter to the 80s. It's a love letter to your inner child. They have taken the G1 toy, completely dissected it and tore it down and rebuilt it 100% from the ground up with all the molded detail that you would expect from a modern figure, with all the articulation that you would expect from a modern figure, with all the accessories you'd expect from a modern figure, but still that same taste of nostalgia, that same taste of home. Receiving this figure is like just like you were in your 4th or 5th birthday party, getting your first Optimus Prime for the first time, and you still have those same excited eyes as you did back then. And hands down, I cannot recommend this figure enough. It's great as a standalone figure, great as any part of your collection. It displays great in robot mode, great in truck mode, displays great in the box even. That's how much love and attention was put into this figure. And if you do want one of your own, you can check out the Chosen Prime. It was in stock last I checked. I will check again before I post the video, and I'll put a link in the description down below so you can check it out. I'll post a link to the C-02 anime version if you want just the cab and that version of the toy. Either way, you are getting a great toy. And if you found this review fun and informative, let me know by hitting that like button down below. I do greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are interested in Transformers reviews, both third-party and official, consider subscribing to my channel. I do greatly appreciate it, and there's definitely a lot of content to check out on here. Thank you so much to those of you that already are. I do greatly appreciate you following me on this journey. And of course, thank you so much for watching this very heartfelt review. I greatly appreciate it. I have been FC Finch. Good night.